while signing autographs this morning, a few comic books came by, would you believe Archie comic books that has me on the cover? I mean, I grew up with Archie comic books, you know, and I remember then it was a society that I never thought I'd be a part of. It was an all-white, wonderful society, great friends, loyal friends, having a lot of fun and some adventures. But now they are addressing issues of equality for the LGBT community. Comic books now that deal with diversity in it. And I'm on the cover with a handsome blonde guy named Kevin. We are making progress as amazing as SpaceX, I think, on a social level. And so amazing things are happening. It's because people take the initiative. And in June, I'm looking forward to another amazing thing where the Supreme Court of the United States is going to be considering the issue of marriage equality. And amazing things are happening because we, as a society, are making it happen. I mean, the very fact that you applauded as you did when I talked about marriage equality is a dramatic sign of we, the people, doing something about it. You are fans that made Star Trek happen, but we are Americans who are making things happen in our country. And it's going to spread. We're a little bit behind some of the countries in Europe, but nevertheless, it's going to spread. Yes, there are places that are resistant, and where there are going to be challenges there. But it is happening. It is happening in our time. The 21st century is going to be an exciting time. It's going to be a Star Trek century. Starting with the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, something that began in the middle of the 20th century. And I would venture to say more than half of you weren't even around then. You weren't born back in 1966. How many of you were born after 1966? Oh, well. Aren't we amazing? We are amazing, and we can do amazing things, and we have done amazing things, and thank you all for that. Now, as jet lagged as I am, and I'm starting to lose my voice, let's get into a conversation so I can listen to some of your thoughts and respond to them. I see that there have been mics set up, so if you will gather around the two mics.
There's one mic right over here, so everybody go ahead.
Is that mic there? Oh, that's the camera. Amazing things are happening. Glasses and cameras. Let's begin with you.
Thank you, George. You came into television at a time when there weren't a lot of people who looked like you. I mean that in a kind way. What's your perspective on the changing landscape of the diversity in casting in entertainment? Can you start with Twilight Zone at least?
It is the changes that have happened has been dramatic, but we still have a long ways to go. You know, when I was a kid, when I was 5 years old, I looked up at the stars and dreamed about man traveling up there. But I looked up at the stars to find behind the barbed wire fences of U.S. internment camps. We were imprisoned simply because we happened to look like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor. I was a third generation American. My grandparents came from Japan. My mother was born in Sacramento. My father was a San Franciscan. I was born in Los Angeles. And yet, this country was swept up by hysteria. And that hysteria was created most effectively by the media. Movies, comic books had stereotype pictures of cold, ruthless, vicious people that looked like us. And so that made it easy for that hysteria to manifest itself in the form of internment camps. And so the fact that I could even be on television and not playing a stereotype role was a dramatic change from when I was a kid. But from that time, today now, if you have a hospital series that takes place in any major urban center in the United States, you see the diversity of America. You see Latinos, you see African Americans, you see Asian Americans, you see everybody reflected. And Asians, people that look like me, are regulars on these series. It's a dramatic difference. Star Trek having me as a regular and Nichelle Nichols as a regular was a dramatic improvement in that time. But that was the only show that had that kind of diversity. Now we see that on so many shows on television. But storytelling is told by a major character, the hero and the heroine. And we don't have that with Asian Americans yet. There are many African American stories and many African American stars that tell the stories. Denzel Washington is a very good example. And so we still have a long way to go as Asian Americans. But we are making progress, and I am always an optimist, because without optimism, you don't make that progress. So Star Trek played an important part in making that advance start happening. Thank you for your question.